Yes, hopefully she's not allergic. She's the ultra snobby, super sexy heartbreaker who heats up the screen every week in Beverly Hills 90210.
That's right.
What cat hair in my mouth?
There's cat hair floating around. But what people don't know about our first guest is that she spent most of her life on a farm.
Yeah, she's used to this.
And was discovered at a scholarship pageant. Before we meet her, let's take a look at her in action.
Look, I don't want to talk about it. Not even to us. Not to anyone. Kelly, come on, you can talk to us. We're your best friends, remember?
Right. If you can't trust us, who can you trust?
Okay, but you guys have to promise not to tell anyone, and I mean it.
It crossed my heart.
Me too, it's crossed. David's father and my mother... God, I can't believe this is happening. What? They're always harping on us to be so careful. No. Yeah.
What?
Donna, my mom's pregnant.
And on that note, we welcome Jennie Garth.
Everybody's a comedian.
So you grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
What's a farm girl like you doing out in Beverly Hills 90210?
I don't know how I got there, but I just sort of ended up there.
Yeah.
I grew up on a horse ranch in Illinois.
Get out of here.
What was that like?
It was great. I mean, I have the best childhood memories, you know. It was the best time of my life.
So what do you draw on from the farm girl on the horseback to this Beverly Hills snob heartbreaker?
I don't know. I'm the last of a lot of kids. I can't think right now how many are in my
I
family.
read your bio, 7 kids.
Okay, thank you.
And you're the baby.
I'm the baby, and so they all thought I was a little snob, so I think I draw on that.
It's so tough to be the baby. You older sisters are so cruel.
I'm a tough sister, you know. I'm an older one. So. Wow. So how is the show, and how do you deal with all this notoriety? The show is just so tremendous right now.
It's been overwhelming. In the last year, we've really come into our like sort of limelight, and we're really seeing the success of the show a lot more than before. And it's just really overwhelming at times. I mean, I go to these different cities to meet the fans and stuff, and thousands of people show up, and I don't know where they come from or why they're there, but I guess they like the show, and that's really a pleasing thing.
Yeah. You know, you say you don't know how this all happened to you, but you worked really hard. Tell us about when you and your mom came to L.A. and what happened.
Well, my mother and I moved to L.A. when I was 15, I think, and just started giving it a shot, you know, trying auditioning 3 and 4 times a day, and we lived in an apartment with 3 other people. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. And so we did a bit of struggling, and in my 4th month, I got my first job, so I didn't struggle for that long.
Yeah.
I kind of lucked out, actually.
Yeah.
4 months of struggling, that's enough.
And, you know what I think is so interesting when you talk about mother and daughters, the storyline with you and your mother on 90210, it's so interesting to see the teenager dealing with mom who's concerned about this pregnancy.
It's interesting because usually it's the kid who kind of makes the mistakes or tries the drugs and gets all involved in everything, and this time it's the mother who's got this addiction, and she's also having an illegitimate child now, and so it's kind of interesting to see how it all works out.
But you're real serious about kids in high school finding out about birth control so it doesn't happen to the teenager. Haven't you done some work in that area?
Right. Well, I haven't done so much work as my own opinion is that, you know, condoms should be present whenever they're needed. I mean, if they're in the schools, I mean, a lot of people have a problem with that, but I feel like, you know, it's going to happen whether you want it to or not, so just wake up and smell the beans.
Is it the same in your small town that you grew up in?
Yeah,
as it is in Beverly Hills, or?
No, I think I grew up in a town where there were, I don't even, like 12 people. I mean, so.
I was about to say, what do they think about condoms in the classroom?
Well, you know, it's the 90s. You have to be really concerned about the things that are really out there and not be closed-minded to it all.
Do you find that you're 19, do you find that a lot of young people your age are as conscious as we need them to be about this AIDS virus?
I think more and more every day, actually, and I think that's the greatest thing about what has happened with everything is that it's becoming more in the public eye, and that people are learning a lot more about it.
Because you young people could teach us an awful lot. You know, really.
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to know?
Well, listen, if I need to know, I know where to go. You know, really, because I learn a lot watching that show, 90210.
Really? Yeah, we try to deal with issues that not only are interesting to the children, but are the teenagers, but are also interesting to the parents. And we have a lot of parents who sit down and watch the show with their kids and talk about it afterwards, which is it's always nice to hear because I think that that's what it's there for. It's not really like a moral lesson or anything. We don't try to hit you over the head with anything, but we just kind of put it out on the table for you to pick and choose from.
So what does your mom think about this new engagement ring you're wearing?
Well,
got a rock on her hand at 19? What is this?
20.
Almost 20.
Almost 20.
You're going to stop saying that soon, believe me.
No, we've decided to get married next year. His name's Dan, and she's happy about it. She likes him. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a musician.
Yes, he's a musician. He's in a band called Tongues and Tails. And
Called what?
Tongues and Tails.
I love the way she just slides that in. It's a band called Tongues and Tails. Where did that name come from?
I don't know. Please don't ask me, because I'm not that crazy about it either, but I think it works.
So you're dealing with a performer, 2 performers in one house. Is that good or bad?
I think it's good because we're both in kind of different areas, you know, in the acting and the music industry are totally different things, and I'm just pretty happy that I'm not with another actor. I don't know that I can handle that.
Now I'm going to play the big sister here to you young girls. Isn't 19 a little young to be thinking about marriage? You got the whole world out there in front of you. You're going to be different by the time you're 26. Right? Isn't that what your mothers say? Right?
Did your mom say these kinds of things to you?
And what's your response to that?
What's my response to that? I think that, you know, you only live once, and if you find someone you like that you want to share your life with, then I don't think that age has anything to do with it, unless you're like 13 or something.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Anything else that you want to say? What do you have down the road when you sit back and dream about things like 19-year-olds do? What do you dream about?
Oh, I dream about moving back to the country and starting my own little family. I don't think I want to be in the business forever, so. Or for that much longer, actually, but I'd like to go into films and kind of explore that, and then kind of live my life as a normal person.
You seem so unlike this character. And I read somewhere you said you like to clean house.
Honey, you can come to my house.
I would. I'd have a great time. I love cleaning.
What's your favorite part?
Like, scrubbing, probably.
Can you believe
Vacuuming, maybe.
Would you go into her dressing room?
I know. Scrub a few things. Wow.
So how did you even get this character? How did you get those snide looks down? I mean, this is so unlike you.
It's so much fun. I mean, I just have a great time with it because I'm not like that. I mean, sometimes I can slip into Kelly Taylor really easily, but I'm not like that. Well, you know, with my friends or something when I'm just playing around, but I just have a great time kind of going into a different world.
You want to slip into it as we say goodbye?
No.
See ya. See ya.
Goodbye.
Thanks so much, and have a wonderful time. We're going to be watching you.
And we'll be right back. Next, Rolanda, did you hear about that mother of 2 who rented a horror movie?
Yeah, you think the movie was scary? You ought to hear what happened to her in real life.